Hey guys, how you going? So a new week of content. So we had new Union Cross quests, which there were 4 new Union Cross boards to complete, giving off 50, 50, 80, 80 joules for a grand total of 260 joules, I believe, which is pretty cool. A new week of daily joule challenge event quests, which is again pretty cool. 200 joules a day for a week, so 1400 in total. And they're certainly a lot less peculiar than last week's random raid event, which was a it could have been a cool idea if it wasn't limited to 1 hour a day. 2 hours a day at ludicrous times. So pretty cool to see traditional daily duel challenges back. And lastly, there was the 0p campaign, but that's barely even news. All right, so the big deal, Illustrated Vivi. As a free-to-play player, what does this mean for us? It means that anyone that buys VIP this week is going to have, in my opinion, a pretty big advantage going into pretty much every high score challenge, Coliseum, what have you, in the future. I think it's a really, really powerful medal, especially if you roll extra attack on it. Let's sort of talk about it. It's the kind of medal that makes me want to buy VIP, to be honest, and I've only really felt that once before with Illustrated Beauty and Beast. I think it's really insanely powerful. I think it's really, really insanely powerful. Sorry, this is what I was doing. Gonna do a little demo for you guys that basically, if you have any EX medal and a HD nominee right in front of it, you can clear pretty much all of the Proud Mode content. As you can see, I'm up to the level 490 content already, and I'm not having really any troubles with it. Just borrowing an EX medal, it's too powerful, ripping through everything in the game. Oh, that's very sidetracking. Alright, let's get back to the normal stuff. Alright, so I want to talk about high score challenges, as in the very next one coming up, and ones coming up in the future, and how this medal is sort of going to affect that. Alright, so right now, as with every other VIP set of quests, basically you can purchase VIP in the first week and get 4 copies of the medal, purchase it the second week and get another 4 copies of the medal, meaning that you can gilt it without Mickey and Brooms, and in this case in particular, very importantly, you can roll for your desired trait an additional 4 times, okay? So right now, people can roll for it this week and have 3 chances at getting a 1 in 11 chance of getting extra attack. I think extra attack is a very, very important thing for this medal. Very, very important trait for this medal, rather. So yeah, you have a 1 in 11 chance of getting it, and if you buy it this week, you have a 3 attempts at that. Not that I'm saying you would want to roll it this week. I think you'd be better off keeping them separate for the high score challenge. But that won't happen for a couple of weeks anyway. So if you know you're going to buy VIP, I would consider doing at least 2 trait rolls just to try and get extra attack this week, so you potentially don't have to buy it the next week. Okay, why am I saying that? Alright, so I'm saying you don't have to buy it next week, because if you do buy it next week, you're going to be able to gilt it, which I think is not necessarily a good thing. It's a pretty rare event that I'd not recommend gilting a medal if you could. But, okay, let's say you have Illustrated VV, right? Let's say it's going to sit right there for you. Okay, what do we do in high score challenges, right? What do we always do is we try and have a nuke medal, a buff, and a way of buffing that medal up, right? If you could take Illustrated VV, right, pop it right there. The kind of beautiful thing about the fact that it only lasts for 3 attacks. So the buff that it gives you is a +3 general attack buff, just like your Aerial and Flounder, just like your Illustrated Kari, just like your Vanitas Remnant, with a pretty low multiplier, similar to this here. It's a very, very low multiplier. And it also gives you +3 power, strength, and magic attack, okay? So that lasts for 3 attacks. It lasts for itself, the medal right behind it, and the medal right behind that. If you were to roll extra attack on it, you would activate the special attack once, you'd be at +3/+3, activate the special attack again, you'd be at +6/+6, activate the medal following it, which was your nuke, that medal would go off at +6/+6, the next medal would roll around, because 3 attacks have passed since that first VV usage, the next medal would only attack with +3/+3, and then you'd be back down to 0. So, for high score challenges, I think it's really, really powerful, because basically, unlike other buffers which can sit at the front of the Keyblade and make maybe not every single medal, but make a lot of medals gain from those buffs along the way. In a high score challenge, you want to deal with the minimum amount of damage possible, so that the enemies are alive by the time you come and fire off your nuke. Whether that nuke is Sigbar B, Malusha B, Axel EX now, anything that's a one-hit nuke medal with really high multiplier. So, if you have Illustrator VV sitting here, it's only going to last 3 attacks. And you could say, alright, but what if you just have your really powerful buffer and you put it here anyway? Yeah, true. But the really cool thing about Illustrator VV is that it not only buffs you up, but it also restores 5 gauges per use. So, okay, let's take the last high score challenge for example. I had a setup that looked very, very similar to this, except I had a key art here and a key art here. I was pretty much forced to run Illustrated KH2 Kairi because I needed some way to restore my gauges. So I had to give up 1 slot to restoring gauges and 1 spot to making myself at least powerful enough to complete the content. Though Zoltan B is a very, very powerful hit, we were facing, what, a level 500-ish blue copter fleet, which it's going to take a lot more than just one unbuffed powerful hit to take it down. So I needed some way of restoring gauges and some way of buffing myself up. 2 slots being wasted, basically. And the 3rd slot for the really powerful medal itself. So 3 slots already gone. What if you have Illustrator VV? And what if you have it with extra attack and you combine all of that into 1 slot? You have the gauge restoration and all this +6/+6 all in 1 slot. Then you have 3 empty slots to do whatever you like with, which in a high score challenge is a score booster, insanely powerful buff and gauge restore, and then the nuke. If you happen to get Axel EX this time around, or the next time when EX medals are reintroduced, which will probably be, if we go off what the Japanese version has done, Sora EX will give you a chance at getting either Cloud EX or Axel EX again with it, I believe. Whatever. Let's say you get Axel EX now, or in the future, or potentially Sephiroth EX whenever it comes out, getting distracted. But you have a buffer there, you nuke there, you're going to be really powerful in high score challenges for a while to come. Here's the bad thing about traits, right, is that through no fault of anyone's own, some people are going to get extra attack on their Illustrator VV, and some people just won't. There's no rhyme or reason to that. There's no way of even paying any more money to alleviate that. You don't get any more chances. You get 3 to 7 chances at rolling extra attack on your premium medal. Some people will get it, and some people just won't. This is where the inherent unfairness with traits kind of lies, and really pisses a lot of people off, because it's like, we both paid to get this. I'm just taking the point of free-to-play VIP players now. And some of us are going to get it, and some of us just won't. And that's just inherently unfair. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But whatever, this is the game that we're playing. And it's kind of the reason people are leaving, I think. I think, you know, MJ just gave away his account. I have no idea why, for whatever reasons he chose. But, you know, dissatisfaction with this game is growing, and traits did not help out here at all. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked bitching about traits, sorry. Okay, so for the high score challenge that's coming right up, okay? Axel EX is definitely going to be a score boosting medal. It's going to probably be a 21% medal. Illustrated VV is either going to be a 14 or 18%. I don't know where VIP medals sit. There'll be some other 10 and 14% medals that are going to be scattered around wherever. Who cares? Because the big setups are going to be Axel EX right there, VV, and borrowing another Axel EX. And potentially, I guess if the really top players pull 2 or more Axel EXs, well then they'll have 2 or more Axel EXs in the setup as well. But I'd bet bottom dollar that that's going to be VV there, Axel there, and potentially 2 more VVs there, or maybe another Axel in there. So, in the high score challenge coming up, part of me really hopes that it's not really valuable or desirable medals being given away, because I'm going to have no chance, and neither is any other free-to-play player. I'm not even going to be able to do I might be able to do 1 pull. 1, maybe, and keep myself over 15,000 for when Kairi eventually comes out. I might allow myself to do 1 pull. Maybe. I'm going to have no chance of getting Axel EX. I'll have like a, 2% chance, the same as all the rest of you guys, so I have no hopes for this coming up high score challenge, but I've accepted that. What I'm worried about is the future ones, because even when 0.2 Kairi comes out, she's going to be good, no doubt she's going to be very good. But I thought, like I said, that gauge restore combined in the space of one medal, that's so valuable. I think people are overlooking how valuable that is. Like I said, you don't have to waste 2 slots on buffing and restoring. In high score challenges, you kind of have to restore your gauges somehow, right? There are a few chests around here, yeah, sure, but you kind of have to pick your battles. You kind of have to say, okay, I have to skip using a buff medal here, or using a super powerful attack here, because then I won't be able to afford it later on, or whatever. So if you can get your gauge restoring at the same time as you get your buff, that's really, really insanely powerful. So, free-to-play players out there, good on you for sticking to your guns, and this is probably the one time I would consider purchasing VIP. Okay, this is going to sound pretty weird. I'm considering getting VIP this week as well. Immediately, I know all of you guys have just said, huh? You're a free-to-play player, what the hell are you talking about? I know that. And a lot of you guys probably weren't around back then, but when I was a much, much smaller channel, I mean, not that I'm big by any stretch of the imagination now, but when I'd only been going for like a month and a half on these Kingdom Hearts, well, Unchained videos at the time, currently Union Cross, I put out a video called How to Get Free VIP, or How to Get VIP for Free or something. Brackets, in a few months' time. Basically, I was using the app, the Google Opinion Rewards app on the Android's family of devices to get Google Play credits to allow me to eventually, over a lot of time, do these surveys which reward you like 10 to 15 to up to $1 at a time to provide surveys on local businesses, local products, services, what have you. I finally hit, I think, $24 after 8 months, so it's not a quick process by any stretch of the imagination, but I've finally hit enough money to actually be able to afford VIP for 1 week without me actually paying for it. So if we go by free to play, the definition of free to play being I didn't spend any money on it, technically I could still, in my mind, be free to play as in no money has ever left my account into this game and buy VIP for the week. Here's the thing though, I'm not going to do it just because it still feels like cheating to me. It feels like even getting VIP at all is compromising the idea of being free to play. Like I totally get that, and as much as I would love Illustrator VV, and I think it's going to be very, very useful in the future, I don't know. I built this channel around being free to play. I base my guides around being free to play, and I don't know. It wouldn't sit right with me making content for you guys as a free to play player, even though technically I haven't spent any money. It's still not fair to you guys that have only just joined the channel, like didn't know about this video that I made months ago, or can't do it. You know, either you're on an Android device, but for whatever reason, you know, maybe your country doesn't have many opportunities to use these Google services, or maybe you're just having problems with your Google Play account in general, maybe whatever. For whatever reason, you can't use it. Or, alternatively, you're with Apple, and Apple doesn't have a first-party equivalent to this for the iTunes store. I've looked several times, and I've never been able to find a first-party equivalent. I found some third-party equivalents, but I don't know, some of them look kind of sketchy to me, where you answer surveys and they say, you know, answer 10, 20, 100 surveys and you'll get an iTunes gift card. And I thought, yeah, okay, maybe, but I don't know, without really trying them out, and I have no way of trying them because I don't have an Apple device, I couldn't recommend them to you guys in good conscience. So as much as I recommend to you guys seeking out alternatives, like if you want to be truly like free to play with like a workaround of how you can get VIP sometimes without actually spending money, totally go for it, guys. Do some research on how to do it. I don't think I can do it for myself though, just because people come to my channel, they see me going through my medal list, they see my medals that I use, and they would go, hang on, you've got Illustrator VV in there, that means you're not free to play. Oh, okay, I can't trust anything you're saying, I'm going to watch someone else's video. Or just, they don't trust me in general. And I've spent, you know, I really like making these videos for you guys and making these guides, knowing that in my conscience that everything I'm doing, I have obtained free to play. Like Ariel and Flounder here, a lot of you guys weren't able to get it, sure, and I totally get that, but I earned it free to play. You know, I did some pulls on the World of Final Fantasy banner. I did 3 pulls, I think, and yeah, it let me get Ariel and Flounder, so there we go. Yep, there we go. So yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't want to compromise that by having a VIP medal, because yeah, I don't know, I couldn't do that to you guys. Getting super serious over here over friggin' video games, it's crazy. Alright, so what about you guys though? Yeah, this is probably one of those times where I think you might want to consider getting Illustrated VV. Not only do you get, well, 4 copies of the medal, but you also get 4,500, well, nearly 4,500 jewels if you do all the quests. That's really helpful. That's 1.5 pulls right there. If you buy it again next week, that's 3 pulls in total, basically, for 2 weeks of VIP. Pretty good. I mean, still money for pixels is crazy to me. I would never want to do that, but I don't begrudge you guys at all for doing it. I mean, I've played this game for over a year now for free, so part of me does want to contribute to it. I feel like I do owe it something, given that on YouTube, making videos about it, I've actually earned money from this game. I feel like I should contribute to it in some way, but yeah, if you guys want to buy VIP, whenever you want, I'm never ever going to judge you for doing that. It's entirely your money, your playstyle, your decision. Oh, I'm getting way off track here. Alright guys, so let me just pause real quick before I forget something. Okay, just before I forget, when I was mentioning having a buffer in the back here, obviously 0.2 Kari is very, very close. She's going to get you up to +6. She's going to get you up to, +6 general attack, and also, really importantly, -1 enemy general defense. She's going to have +1 PSM, -1 PSM, and she's going to heal you as well. That's really good, but that thing that I just mentioned, the gauge restoration, I really think it's understated how important that gauge restoration is. Because, same as before, she's a really, really powerful buffer, sure, but she costs 2 gauges to use, which, again, is really not a big deal most of the time. But that means that you might have to consider running a gauge restore medal, which is 1 less space you can use for your bonus point medals, which so on and so forth. It's less score that you're going to end up with. Let me just check the battery real quick. Looks fine. 12%. We got plenty. We got plenty left. In the future, though, when will Illustrated VV become not used anymore? Okay. 0.2 Kari pairs incredibly well with Sephiroth EX because she buffs your general attack, and then Sephiroth EX comes along, buffs you up 5 stages of power-based offense. 5 stages. So on his own, he pretty much already hits the cap, and combined with 0.2 Kari, you guys are pretty much at your offensive cap already. Almost. Okay, you can lower the enemy's general defense down a little bit, but still, you're pretty much already at your own offensive cap. And in that case, it's better than Illustrated VV because, well, yeah, it's slightly better than Illustrated VV because 0.2 Kari gets you the lowered PSM defense as well as a lower general defense as well. So 0.2 Kari is a little bit better in that regard, but again, Sephiroth EX is quite a while away. And in the meantime, if you had an extra attack Illustrated VV, you'd spend a good 2 or 3 months as the king of high score challenges. If you had extra attack VV, Axel EX fully guilted, I think you're going to win all the high score challenges for quite a while, pretty much until the meta shifts again. Even when 0.2 Kari running around, I think you're still going to be the one on top. If you can fill up those 3 other slots with percentage medals every time, I think you're still going to run around as the king or queen. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Would you? I don't think I'll do it this month. I think I'll get VIP this month, but let me know. Would you just consider me completely? No, I'm never ever going to trust him as a free-to-play player again if I bought VIP 1 week. I completely understand if that's your opinion. That is completely respectable and defendable. If you think, yeah, 1 week is 1 week, that's only enough to do 1.5 pulls, it's not going to change his game that much, let me know. Yeah, are you guys going to get Illustrated VV? Are you going to wait for 0.2 Kari? What are you going to do? Let me know, guys. And I'll see you soon. All the best, alright? Take care of yourselves. Bye. Yep, missed the button yet again.